So we're going to play a lot of originals now. So this is from my CD, He Is, which was out way too long ago now, but it's the title track. And that's all I'm going to say. You'll hear it. The CD is available, as a matter of fact. I only have about 6 with me, but but I have enough to sell 6. If you're interested, they're $15. Thanks for the plug there, Gary. I tend to forget that stuff. Anyway, hope you like it. It goes like this.
There's a light shining like a city on a hill. Cannot hide, it breaks the darkness. There's a weary traveler's will. There's a love that finds me, drowning in a sea of sin. It lifts me up, refines me, breathes into me life again. He is the righteous Son who lives, who lives. He is the humble King, my God. He is everything. Oh, He's everything. There's a heart within me, once was stone, but now is flesh. It's been renewed completely. I went to Him, He gave me wings. There's a hope I'm feeling, it only comes from knowing Him. Fully alive, I'm living. He
you. So I always have a story, right? Every song I have a story. But actually, I mean, most of these really weren't thought of like as a concept or anything like that. They just were really in my own relationship with God, just connecting to Him, because I connect obviously through music to people and to God, and He uses me that way. So this next song was actually, it's called There Is No Other. It was just literally me on a piano, and I was in a really bad place mentally. Has anybody else ever been there? Okay, making sure it's not just me.
Few times.
Yes. Yeah, and I'm sure, that will come again. And that's what's so great about music is, whether you write it or listen to it, or sing it or whatever, it's always there, never goes away, and you're always going to need it again, no matter what that message is. But at any rate, I knew the only way out of my mental anguish was just to focus on Him. I knew what He had done in my life. I knew the experiences I'd had with Him supernaturally, some crazy stuff that you guys would think I was nuts. I don't really care if you thought I was nuts, but I might share some of that later. I don't know. But at any rate, I mean, I don't, because I know the truth, So, woo, yeah, a little bit. But anyway, so this was just me talking to God and just realizing that He reigns over us. He rains down on us, and His blood is everything. Just makes our way, because we're flawed and we're also beautiful, right? We're everything. I think I was just saying this to somebody the other day, everybody is beautiful. And we walk around going, I'm a wretch, I'm horrible, whatever. Whether you're a Christian or not a Christian, we just beat ourselves up. Most people do anyway. And it's so stupid. It's actually such an insult, If you believe in a creator, it's an insult, Yeah, we're flawed. That's why we need Jesus. So anyway, I'm sorry. I'm not here to preach. Well, maybe a little here and there. Preach it. Okay, so anyway. So if you guys can catch the chorus, and you feel like singing, please do, because it is a worship song. So it goes like this.
There There is no other sun like yours. There is no other blood that rains down, that rains down, that rains down over me, that rains down, that rains down, that rains down over me. No other blood, no other love. Aren't they great? I'm loving this. If I was in the South, I'd say, well, bless my heart. Anybody ever live in the South? Yeah, see, you were just thinking, bless my heart. Or you say, whenever I go to Costco, seriously, this is so bad. I'm having a true confession time. I go, that place steals my Holy Ghost. Doesn't it? It's like people are just like, they're horrible there. Sorry, Lord. I shouldn't say they're horrible. They're desperate people. They're desperate for samples in their life. It's really weird. Anyway, okay, so I know I could just go on and on and on, and I have before. So, okay, so a lot of these are really whoosh, ethereal or low key or whatever. But this is, I had a really good friend. You guys remember the band Glad? Back in the day, right? Okay, so he was a guitar player for them. He was amazing. His name is Wayne. He's great. But anyway, I was writing all this stuff, and I told him, I go, he's a really good songwriter. I go, it's freaking me out because everything is so like, I don't know, not sad, but just heavy, And he really encouraged me because he goes, you know what, that's where you are. And he goes, so if you share these songs, wherever you are when you're writing a song, it's going to do something for somebody, So I was like, okay, I can calm down. This isn't a sad song. Actually, this is called The Bride, but you'll never hear me say the word bride. So let's see if you can figure out what it is about. Big shock, right? You see me, and into his light. His light. His light. Slowly fall into the light. Thank you. So did anybody figure out what it was about? Please say yes. Just like I said, lie to me. No. Okay, obviously it's about being a bride in the natural and also in the spiritual. So, okay, moving on. So, the coolest thing ever, and so is that, God totally, he'll meet you, right? And he'll give you your dreams, even though they don't always look like you think they're supposed to look. Am I right about that? Yeah, so this is cool because growing up, I was just super influenced by Aretha Franklin, Barbra Streisand, Judy Collins, like all these, kind of, the era I'm in. Right? My mother was a huge Judy Collins fan. But anyway, that's not the point. So when I got to cut these tracks down in Nashville, I had the most amazing players. It was amazing. So I love this because this next song, well, they were all cut by the same people, but this next song is just kind of more of a bluesy thing. Not bluesy, what is it? Soul, R&B. Soul, R&B? R&B, okay. So anyway, I had Aretha Franklin's bass player cut all the tracks, which is amazing, because I was just like, are you kidding me? Like, I get to have an album that, same thing. It made me feel really cool, even though she could rip this song big time, I'm sure. But, and then when my album got mixed, it was mixed by a man named Bill Schnee, who did everything from Barry Manilow to Barbra Streisand. How cool is that? And he did it for very little money because he knew somebody that I knew very well, and he liked it. And I was like, oh, Bill Schnee likes it. It was just cool because it was just part of a dream, Anyway, that's all I have to say about that. So this one is called Deeper. I don't know if that's the right sound. What do I want? That's not it. What do you think about that? So can you do the lick, Tim? Because I forgot it. Wait. Oh, that's so funny. It's my own song. That's it, right? No, is that People Get Ready? No. That's it. I guess I'm doing it. I've been walking around in the dry desert sand, blood on the soles of my feet, got a cold on my hands. But I made a decision that it's you I'm living for. I'm so thirsty, give me more. I wanna go deeper. I wanna go deeper with you. Take me deeper, Lord, so deep. Well, I've been reading your word just enough to get me by. I've been saying my prayers to you just to give me peace of mind. But my knees are not aching from kneeling on the floor. No, no, I think that it's time, Lord, to give you more. I wanna go deeper. I wanna go deeper with you. Take me deep. more. I wanna go deeper. Oh, I wanna go. I gotta go deeper with you, Lord. Way down, deep. I wanna go deeper with you. Yeah. Cool, you guys like that one. That's one of my favorites. Cool, awesome. Cool, awesome, cool, awesome. Oh boy. Okay, so now, do you guys mind that I tell you all the stories? Is it boring? You can be honest with me. Totally. Just be like, yeah, shut up and sing, or I don't know. I figure some days somebody's not going to want to hear me sing or talk, so I might as well get it all in now, you know. Well, isn't that the truth? Come on, let's be honest. No, I'm just kidding. Okay, so again, this song. Am I making you laugh? Or are you guys? Well, I don't even really need to tell you, but here's the thing. So as you get older, I don't need to tell you, but I'm telling you anyway, apparently. Well, as you get older, I mean, everybody in this room is over 25, right? I am so nice. I'm saying that for him because he's just barely hit the mark there, right here. So I'm going to include you. I don't want to exclude you, make you feel like a millennial or anything like that. No, but you realize as you go, right, that life is potentially extremely short. You have no idea. We're clueless. And so, anyway, my sister's really good friend was diagnosed with cancer a few years back. She's alive, thank you, Jesus. But it just got me thinking when it happened to her, because she was kind of the first friend in our friends that was diagnosed with cancer, and it was a very precarious situation. And I was like, oh, right, this could happen at any time. So, this is just about that. Like, just don't hold back, Believe me, I spent a lot of years dumbing myself down for some reason or another. I don't know why, but I'm not doing that anymore. So, and you shouldn't either. And no matter what it is, I don't care what it is. Doesn't matter. Brushing your teeth, man, do it with fervor. Save those teeth. No, for real though, all that stuff. Just don't hold back, Okay, so this is how this goes. Just hung up the phone. She's wondering why she got the news alone. There's no looking forward, only looking back. She thinks that's all she has. We never really know how long we I'm chasing a dream, but the precious memories are staring back. They're staring back. Oh, don't go back. No. Oh, back. So happy starting school. She's so excited, she thinks life so cool. She's a little scared, but Mama's got her hand. She's got her hand. Oh, don't hold back. Don't hold back. For you never really know. No, you never really know. You never really know. You never know how long you have. Thank you. Another story. Tell us. I like that. Yeah, encourage me. Yeah, so before I had my spiritual awakening, which sounds so new age, but you know what I mean, before I actually had a moment with God for real, you know, everything started to look kind of glum in my life. And I was always happy-go-lucky. I mean, I was not as crazy as I am now, but I always was happy-go-lucky, and I started to not feel that anymore. As it was crazy because I just didn't understand it. Anyway, I remember the day that I really had that experience and I gave my heart to God, and I left that church, and I literally, the grass actually looked totally different. It was a whole different color than when I saw it. I think maybe I just never noticed it. But in other words, my eyes were awakened, you know, were opened. And it's pretty amazing. So, and everything looked like that. And then they say people who have died and gone to heaven and come back, they say that the colors are actually like liquid, right? They're like, they have whatever, they're viscous, I guess is the word, which I totally believe that, because just from having that awakening, that happened to me. It was pretty amazing. So anyway, this is a song about that. Kind of. You'll see what I mean. What's the riff again? Oh. I'm looking for you like you're going to tell me. You probably could, actually. Okay, sorry. Sky, but I can see forever, and I am wondering why it isn't there. evidence of creation. The majesty is lost when doubt is creeping in. Inside a darkened room, the images to fill in. And as they're coming through, I can see my sin. And then a crimson wave washes over me. I am whole again, and I hear you say, you are the lover of my soul. And every flaw in me you know. And still you'll never let me go. Your majesty flows. So green, the flowers are so vivid. Somehow reality has never been so real. There is new life inside, it's something I can feel. It's running through my veins, the heart of God is near. Whoa, 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 whoa. Inside a book I know is living. They tell me you're alive and that you're always here. Now that I know the truth, it takes my breath away. The everlasting love, I feel it every day. You are the lover of my soul, and every flaw in me you know. Still you'll never let me go. Your majesty flows. Thank you. I totally just changed the arrangement on them, on that one. But you guys followed me great, as usual. Awesome. Okay, you guys ready for another sad one? All right. Woohoo! I love that. Get that great reception. You guys don't have to, you can play if you want. You have the chords. We didn't go over this one. So I went through, like most people in the world, I went through a family, that got divorced or whatever. Anybody else come from a divorced family? Ooh, wow. Somebody scraped me off the floor. This is a functional church. Very cool. Anyway, but I did not grow up in a functional family. Anyway, so divorce, blah, 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 typical story. And really, I'm thankful that it wasn't worse than it was, because some people really go through a lot of, junk. And mine was kind of typical. But don't ask me why I picked this song out. Sometimes you just feel led, I wrote this 100 years ago. But it's called Moving Day. So it's literally about the day, everything wrapped around. When your parents get divorced, my dad was a corporate guy. He made good money and everything. We had a nice home, blah, blah, blah. But then all of a sudden, boom, nothing. We had nothing. Whoosh. It was like, oh, where are we going and how is this going to look? It was scary. And I was only 8 years old, I guess. Yeah, and I was clueless. Like, my dad was an alcoholic.
but he was very functioning. So, well, whatever. He paid the bills really well. Let's put it that way. So I really didn't know that was going to happen. I was literally floored. So it throws you at that age, you know. Anyway, so this song's about that. Hopefully I won't cry. I don't think I will, but if I'm allowed. No, the great news about this is that my dad and I are really, we've repaired everything because of God. God was the bridge. So, yeah, it's pretty cool, actually. It's pretty amazing. Anyway.
I've gotta wake up and make breakfast for Mom. She's gotta feel sad 'cause Daddy's gone. He took the stereo and now she can't drown her pain. Back then I didn't know he felt the same. Stay. We'll try to love you more, and everything will be okay. I've gotta wake up. It's moving day. Mom, I don't wanna go to that rat-infested place. If only he come back to stay. I think if he were here, we could win this race. Daddy, don't let us go. What can we do? Maybe we could tell her we're gonna go and live with you. Forget another face. Talk about looking for love in every wrong place. And then I've gotta find my heart and make sure that it knows that love ain't so bad. It's just the way life goes. Daddy, why did you go? Why couldn't you stay? Don't worry anymore, I'm gonna be okay. Daddy, why did you go? Why couldn't you stay? Don't worry anymore, I'm gonna be okay. Don't worry anymore, I'm gonna be okay. Thank you. I didn't cry. Yeah. So it's good he and I are good, right? How many people have had relationships that God has repaired, that God's solely responsible for that? Yeah. Pretty amazing, right? So I have this picture. If anybody's Facebook friends with me, you can see it. It's so cool. It's the coolest thing ever, because when we were healing, that process was a process. It was quite a few years. But my dad used to say to me, oh, why don't you go to business school? You know, he didn't get it because he wasn't around to see what I did musically or whatever. So for years, we had this riff for that, you know, because I just thought, well, he doesn't know me at all. He has no clue who I am, you know, but he didn't. So he did the best he could, right, with what he had. So anyway, he got into this great church, and so like I said, God was repairing our relationship. And then he called me one day and he said, you know, I'm in charge of a healing service. And I was almost floored. I was like, really? He said, yeah, I've been going through all this healing prayer and whatever. And he said, it's a big conference and we're bringing so-and-so in and we want you to come and lead worship. And I was like, wow, God's amazing. Like he's putting us together in ministry now. It was crazy. It was crazy, crazy, crazy. So I went, and he lives in North Carolina. And so for the first night, we were kind of training the leaders, because it was quite a big conference. So we had to train the leaders the songs that we were doing, so they would know them, so it would be helpful. So we were doing that, and I was leading worship, and there was about maybe 50, 60 people in the room. Not that many, but my dad was ahead of it. So he comes up afterwards, and he's bawling, and which was crazy for me too. And he grabbed onto me. Ugh, this changed my life. And he just grabbed onto me, and he said, and he cried, and my dad, he's weepy anyway, he's so cute. But he's like, he grabs me and he goes, "This is my gift from God." And he's like, "Isn't she wonderful?" And I was just like, I mean, it was like every single thing that I felt about him that was bad was just whoosh, washed away, right? Amen. And that was all God. There's we didn't do it. Anyway, it was pretty powerful. Yeah, so there's always hope, And you know what? I used to say this. I used to say to the parents I would talk to over the years of doing ministry, I would say, you're the parent. Reach out, even if you think they hate you, And then I realized that was super selfish, because I was a broken kid. And all I wanted was my dad to reach out, and he didn't, And so you know what I did? I reached out. I wrote him a letter. I wrote everything from my heart. I didn't hold back anything. And he called me and said, "I'm coming to visit, and we're going to talk for 2-3 days." And that was the start. So I reached out, So as broken as you are, reach out in your brokenness. Okay, I'm preaching again. Okay, so this song, so we only have like 2 left, right? Do we have time for 2? Yes. There's no pastor in here, so yes. We can do whatever we want. When the cat's away, the mice will play. Just kidding. Okay, so I know I always have a story, but this one's the last story I'm going to tell you. So this song I wrote in my car, and I was just in this triumphant spot with God, and I was just like blessing. I just felt so blessed, just whatever. Just felt so good in life. And so I wrote this in my car, and I got to worship. I was actually working for a church, and all the people in the band were waiting for me to, lead the rehearsal. And I was like, no. Don't talk to me. They're like, "What?" I'm like, "Just Leon." I had to go find chords, because I knew I had to find the chords now, Otherwise I would lose the song. So anyway, this is called "My Soul Blesses You." It goes like this. I don't think we've ever done it here either. My soul blesses you. My soul blesses you. Jesus, Redeemer and friend, you're my rock, my soul. blesses you. My soul blesses you. My Jesus, you're my Redeemer and friend. You're my rock, my soul. My soul blesses you. My soul, yeah. My soul, Lord, it blesses you. Awesome. I changed the arrangement on that one too, and they caught it. Sorry about that. Yeah, I get lost. So the last one I'm doing because a lot of you asked for this during Easter, and it's one of my favorites. It's called You Knew. Does anybody know it? You Knew. Here we go. After that last one, now you can appreciate it, right? Now you get it. Lotion for the chords. Okay. It's not working though. Yeah. Seriously, it's defective. It must mean it's the end of the day. All right. Okay. And so, really quickly, before we do this song, I want to reintroduce the band, because some of you were here and some of you weren't. So, this amazing band. Amazing, amazing, amazing. Cody McCurry right here. Right? It's Cody? He looked at me funny, like I'm like, uh-oh, did I give you the wrong name? Oh, amazing, right? He's in a million bands, right? He's headed down to the Pine Barrens tonight to do this crazy festival.
Is that short for something?
Is it?
Cody? No?
Cody. What would it be short for? Kodak?
Codifer?
Codifer. Codifer. Potiphar? Let's go biblical now.
I think you got a new nickname.
Yeah. And then affectionately called Happy Dates right here. Gary Dates on drums. He told me. Sorry. Somebody spilled the beans. Yes, and I just learned about it, so. And Tim Boy's on guitar. These guys are amazing. So we only got together for a couple of hours this week, and they just killed it as usual. So amazing, right? Okay, so this is, you know, if you guys know it, please sing along. Wait, I gotta remember it. When you healed the leper and gave a man his sight, when you prayed inside the garden through the night, the holy bounty on your head, there'd be no fight. You knew, and when they placed upon your head a mocking crown, with the thorns that tore your flesh, blood spilling out, and they dragged you up that hill and nailed you down. You knew, that you would set the captive free. You take my sin. You would pay the price for me and then rise again. You would be the very air I breathe. thank you very much for having us.
Guys, I want to thank you again for taking your time out on your Saturday to come here and bless us with your time in your town. It's so great.
Thank you.
Praise God that you're one of ours.
Thank you.
We're able to have it. Look, anytime you guys want to come, let's give them a hand.
Yeah.
Praise God, and thank you guys for taking your time out of your Saturday to come and be a blessing to us as well. We're so grateful to be able to host such an incredible, pray over this. Father, I pray that you would bless them, that you would keep them, that you would make your face to shine upon them, Father, that you would give them your peace. We ask this in the precious name of Jesus. Amen. When we leave these doors, where are we going? On the mission. Right.